Que lo que, mi gente. We got a barn burner tonight. Today is the game we've been waiting for since the beginning of the season. Before the season started, we made the trade heard around the world, at least around Manhattan and New York City. So we heard that. We got a game tonight. The New York Knickerbockers against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, yeah. We're gonna be more like yer. So we got them tonight. We're playing at Minnesota. The first time Julius Randle, aka the Silverback, aka Rafters Randle, my guy. I don't know how you feel about him. I still love Randle. I think he's dope. I think he's been great. He's held us down. We wouldn't be where we're at without him as a foundational piece. Salute to him. And we got Dante DiVincenzo. We called him Dante DiVincenzo, Mr. Playmaker, the hit maker himself. So it's going to be a good game. Very interesting. They're definitely up for the task. If you saw the interviews with Julius Randle, you would see that he was saying it's just like any other game. It's just, I'm just going to eat breakfast, watch a movie, play with the kids, hang out with my wife. Salute to Kendra Randle and the kids. All right. I don't think so. Julius Randle gets up for certain games. He gets ready to get busy on certain games, Laker games, because he was once a Laker. He has, New Orleans every time he plays against Anthony Davis. And it looks like the Knicks might be in that bullseye of his category from now on. Since we traded him, he played here for a while. So I'm looking for 57 against the Heat Randle tonight. I'm looking for a big game from him. Again, and yes, I'm talking about watching the ops. You got to understand your opponent in order to see how you're going to play against them. I expect to get big game from him. Dante DiVincenzo looks like he's in a zone. I've been watching the ops. I watch all the NBA games, so I'm a student of the game. And salute to Hubie Brown. Without Hubie Brown, a lot of the knowledge is out there. We need more Hubie Browns out there. Hubie Brown's having his last game that he's going to be uh, watching and speaking on as a broadcaster, as a announcer, I should say. This Saturday, I believe, is his last game. So salute to Hubie Brown, long-term coach. Great basketball mind. I love Hubie Brown. Hubie Brown, Mark Vitello, great. Salute to you, Hubie Brown. Back to the game that we're talking about today. Randall's up for this game. He's been playing a lot better. He's been playing really good, facilitating. He's been finding Gobert. He's been getting Anthony Ant in rhythm, catching his three, and is a real big 3-point shooter now. Jaden McDaniels, he can start getting in rhythm. He can get hot quick. The X factor for them, I think, is going to be Alexander Walker. Dante's played very well with him, finding him. He's a low-key, very good 3-point shooter. They chuck him up quite a bit, so I'm looking for them to play. They're a tall team, so Jaden McDaniels could give us some trouble. Julius Randle's power forward. That means him versus OG. Can he get OG in foul trouble? Can Cat, which more than likely may double against Julius Randle? If anything, let Rudy Gobert beat us. We can get him in foul trouble. He'll suck at the line, but not. Hopefully, Cat doesn't foul out in this game. He knows that team. He knows how they play. He knows how Gobert plays. So it's going to be probably one of the better games. Hopefully, we're up for this game. Hopefully, we're ready to play. We're not like how we played against Atlanta at home, which was an embarrassing loss, but we'll talk about that Friday. And apologize to us for the last couple of weeks missing out. Had a lot of family events, kids, colleges, a lot of different things we're doing out there. My brother's doing a lot, but we will be back Friday. Back to again, but I digress. Julius Randle's going to have a big game. Dante's going to be ready, so I'm looking for Dante to have a big game. Julius Randle, can we contain him? Can we limit the passes? So it's going to have to be the others really to beat us. So that's what I'm looking at for the opponents. Now, Cat, El Grande, El Gato Grande, pause, El Gato Grande. So we got him playing today. So we got the Silverback versus Mufasa. I'm gonna have to call him Mufasa from now on. The big cat, the one rolling in the jungle, the concrete jungle, all concrete jungle. So he's a leon, a lion king, even though he's a battle cat. So we got him playing. He's the big X factor. Is he up for the game? I'm more than sure he is. I'm more than sure everybody's playing a cool, calm, and collective, saying it's another game. I doubt that. I'm looking for a 60 to 70 point combination between Brunson and Cat. And I need Josh Hart grabbing every rebound that he can. But they know how we play, obviously, so they're gonna. It's gonna be a battle. Raw Hebrew's gonna be at the game. Salute to Raw. Here. So it's going to be a big game tonight. I'm definitely down for it. It's going to be a battle. I'm looking for a battle the entire game. It's got to be 48 minutes. More than likely, Tibbs is going to leave all his players playing 40 plus minutes. We hope they take off. Our advantage is if we take off early, as we normally do. If we have a north of 30-point first quarter, it's going to look good for us. North of 30-point third quarter is going to look good for us. We need to run early and get them down early and frustrated early because it's going to be tough if we're just hanging around, let them play, and then our players got to play 40 plus minutes, get tired at the end. They got their depth. I don't think there's anybody missing in their team, so they got a very good depth. Jaden McDaniels, very good player. Again, I said they got good depth. They got Najee. Is it Najee? The other center that we wanted that everybody's calling, but he shoots three. They got very good depth, so they got great rotations. Their players can rest, so that's gonna be our most challenge. Can Precious Achua be ready to play heavy minutes? Can he produce in the heavy minutes? It's going to be challenging. Their depth is going to challenge us. So they got a lot of players, and we don't have as many players. I don't think Shaman's going to be ready. I don't think our youth players are going to be ready. So that's going to be the X factor for us as far as like, can we take off early? How we play in the beginning? Can our offense take off to leave enough of a stretch to where we can have campaign in the game? Deuce, can they be effective? Can they score? Can they slow down? So campaign and Deuce are going to be very important. Our bench role this game. So it's going to be interesting to watch today. I definitely think Cat and Brunson are going to be up for it. We need the others. Can we have OG play? OG, we need the wing stop today. We don't need the chicken wings. We need the wing stop, not the chicken wings. So can they produce offensively as well as defensively? They're going to be tired. They're going to be guarding. OG's going to be guarding Julius. Randal's going to be a handful. And then to ask him to score on top of that, which is definitely possible between his cutting and his 3-point shooting, he needs to be on point. Can Bridges be an X factor? Can Bridges get Ant guarding and tired from trying to guard him? So look for us to exploit Mikal Bridges early. We can get him early, driving, slicing. If you see us going to Mikal Bridges early, that's a good sign. So it's between Mikal and Cat that should be keying off, and then Jalenbrunson in between. They're going to try to double Brunson. They're going to put big bodies on Brunson, so he has to be a distributor early. Get Cat in rhythm early. Get Mikal Bridges in rhythm early, and OG. When those three go, then Brunson can have a 35 plus point night. Easy. You already know the game. You know they're going to try to put bigger players on you. You know they're going to try to double you. So until we get the W. I mean, not West Coast for the win. So a very challenging game, a lot of fun game. I ain't going to do too much talking because we'll be doing most of the wrap up on Friday talking about the aftermath. But I'm definitely geeked up for this game. This game is the predecessor of what we've been looking for from the first game. The Dante mad at you know, Brunson Sr., but they fam, so it's all good. But emotions was high, settling in. So now they're in the zone now. They're in rhythm now. So this is a completely different game. It ain't as much emotional. It will be, but they're in rhythm. The Wolves are in rhythm. They're playing very well. They're talking about that they weren't gelling. They're gelling right now. Randall's playing good. He's including Gobert, as I said earlier. So they're in rhythm. We're getting in rhythm. Our offense is great. Everybody has been in the double digits, which we're going to need that today. All 5 of our starters in double digits. If we can keep them at 30, 35 minutes, Cat's foul trouble get it early. Is he going to double with Julius? It's going to be interesting to see. But depth for Minnesota is their plus, which would be our Achilles heel. But can Deuce do it? Can Deuce get a 20? If Deuce gets a 20, that's usually a W for us. So if Deuce is involved, we can get campaign in rhythm. We just got to survive until we get Shamit back. Can Precious give us great minutes? Can he contain Nazi Muhammad? Is it Nazi? Excuse me, I'm messing it up. Dreads, 3-point shooting center we wanted. Can Precious play with him? Can Precious keep him or Jalen McDaniels? Can he keep them off pressure, driving to the lane and off the 3-point line? That's going to be key to see. Can Josh Hart keep, either Alexander, or anybody else that's shooting the 3? Can he contend them? Their size going to be different. How does Josh Hart handle the size of the players that they have? It's going to be an interesting game. but I think we can get a W. But we have to have 48 minutes of effort, whatever it is. They got to leave it all on the line today. That's all I got. I could keep going on forever, as you guys know, but I want to save some of this for Friday. Enjoy the game. Knickerbockers, let's get this W. You know what it is. Battle of the Silverback versus the lion. All right, so it's gonna be Mufasa versus King Kong. We're gonna see. Salute to everybody. We appreciate you guys, all members. I gotta tell y'all, if y'all come on, join the podcast. If you're watching the others, you know they dope, but we just a little bit different. People make we put a little more sazon in our season. Nothing against any other team. We support all the other podcasts. Salute to them, everybody else. But come check us out. Subscribe. We do it Fridays 5 p.m., Sunday 5 p.m. Check us out. You heard?